Jerry back with @TheatricallyJerry, and I'm going to show you guys a trick on how to adjust the angle of your Obsidian Onyx NX1. So if you guys own an NX1, you probably know it's a super flat console. They did try to adjust the angle up a little bit, but it's still really difficult to view the LCD display with the angle that they've included. So we're actually going to be adjusting this angle, so not only will it be more visible, the screen, but you'll be able to see your keys a lot better as well. I had to come up with a solution for this because there is nothing currently available to prop up a NX1. So my solution to this was a laptop stand. And of course, this console is over 20 pounds. So you do need to find a laptop stand that is capable of holding at least 40 pounds. That's just my suggestion, especially for comfort reasons. But anyways, this laptop stand does fit that, and it is also solid aluminum, so I don't feel like it's going to bend or stress under the weight of the NX1. I do have one already set up because you are going to need 2 of these if you're going to want to do this properly. So this is what it looks like. It's actually pretty nice. They're super cheap. I will put a link down below in the description so that you guys can purchase this if you're interested. You're going to need 2 of these because the NX1 is super long, and I also have an NXK attached over here, and I want the entire thing to be at the same angle. Some of the things that I like about this laptop stand is it has soft rubber, so it's not going to scratch up your console. There's 4 total here, and it also has rubber feet on the bottom, so it's not going to scratch your desk up too. This is rubber right here, and we have rubber right here. You are going to need to assemble this when you get it, but it's super easy to do. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to assemble this really fast. Alright, so let's go ahead and take the laptop stand out of the box. As you can see, they're packaged very well, even though they're extremely sturdy, so they're not really going to break in shipping, but I love when manufacturers package their stuff nicely. So we have a styrofoam block here so it won't scratch the 2 aluminum pieces during shipping. And we have our piece 1 here, our piece 2, and our piece 3. So this is actually the support beam that ties the entire thing together. Very important. And these are actually the legs that are angled that are going to hold up the NX1. A Ziploc bag here. And this basically just has your screws as well as a wrench to tighten it. So what you're going to want to do is just dump them out. We're going to take our first piece here, and where the little rubber feet are, this is the bottom. As you can see, they've also cut out holes here, so it's going to lay flush when the screws are installed, which is great too. So you're going to take this piece, and it's going to just line up here. Then you're going to take your first screw, and you just put it right in the hole there. I like to just kind of hand tighten it at first, so that's what I'm doing. But you can take your wrench too that they've included and tighten it, but don't tighten it all the way yet, because you will notice that the angle is going to be kind of off on it. And we'll take our second one, place it into the second hole. Second one goes in a lot easier. It's kind of hard to hold and align the pieces up and then also screw it in. So you will get used to that, but all right, so we have our second screw in. All right, so I've zoomed in to give you guys a better idea of what we're looking at here. So as you can see, we have our two holes here for our support beam. You're going to take the other arm. I'm going to spare you guys from having to watch me screw these in because it takes up time, but as you can see, they both mount, and you know you have it in the correct direction if the rubber pads here are on the bottom, because that's what's going to touch your desk. So just make sure these holes are lined up, and then you can put your screws in. Now for the fun part, we're going to take these two and place them under the NX1 and the NXK. Since the NXK over here has a visible crease here, if you were to just put them both under the NX1, the NXK won't be the same angle when it rises up, because the NXK is a separate unit over here. So to combat that, you are actually going to put this right in between that crease there, so it's going to hold both the NX1 and the NXK up. Alright, so I finished installing the laptop stands, and as you can see, there's a huge difference in what you can now see when you're programming your show. You have a better view of the screen, you have easier access to your faders over here. You also have easier access to your NXK. You can see all the keys now instead of looking straight down. It really bothered me to have the NX1 and the NXK at the tilt angle that they selected. It was just too steep in the opposite direction. If it was steep in this direction, it would have been a lot better, but as you can see, our degree angle has now changed, which now allows us to see everything nicely. We don't have to look down and hurt our neck. We have full view of our displays as well. One thing to mention, if you are going to prop this up like this, you are going to lose a lot of space in the back because it's not sitting as flat now. So you're going to have to adjust your monitors. They're going to need to go up higher than they were when this was flat. So make sure your stand can accommodate that. You don't necessarily need to buy a new monitor stand. This one wouldn't accommodate it. So all I did was I put a couple of little cardboard boxes under the stand to prop it up. So now it is the height that I needed it. And this monitor, the stand was fine. I just had to adjust it. It was a much taller monitor or a much taller stand, because this monitor is a much larger monitor than this. This is actually the NX1's secondary display, whereas this is my on PC display, and then this is my NX1's main internal display, and this is my on PC's secondary display, which is in charge of things like parameters. I'll show you guys. The view on this touch screen here does change depending on what window I'm looking at. So if I go to this window, which is my groups, it'll show my fixtures down here so I can select them. If I go to programmer, it's going to give me full parameter control down here when the programmer screen's open. Full parameters is going to give me full parameters up here on the main display, and it's going to show all my fixtures down here. This is just to make programming so much faster. So for instance, we have our DMX input output here, and then down here you can see that we also have our fixture display, so we can select fixtures down there. That's our patch view. I also did a couple of fun things like this. This shows the notification center, and this shows the display screen down below for time. So this is the current time right now. And here's an analog clock, just something fun I did. And then down here it actually shows my system resources. So my CPU, my memory, the disk drive, all that. And I did a couple more things here, like cue list up here. If I select a playlist here, or my cue list, it's going to show you your selected cue list down below with all of your built-in cues. And if that's too small for you, you can actually go to selected cue list, and it's going to make the cue list show up here, and it's going to give you your time code here. So these are just some of the things you can do with Onyx. I've been wanting to get this propped up for a long time, just because, like I said, it was bothering my neck. But now it's not going to be a problem. And like I said, I will put a link in the description below if you're interested in purchasing these laptop stands. They work great. It's going to hold this console, no problem. It's not going to flex or strain. It's solid aluminum. They do have little lips here, as you can see, and those little lips hook onto the NX1's edge to hold it in place. And because I bought two stands, this is stand 2 that extends all the way to the very end of the NXK to hold it at the correct angle as well. Yes, I'll put the link down below. If you guys enjoyed this little tip and trick video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. I do respond to them as quickly as I can. If stuff like this interests you, lighting control, consoles, stage and DJ lighting, equipment, atmospherics, tutorials, anything like that, go ahead and subscribe to my channel at TheatricallyJerry. I do try to put up videos weekly that are going to give you guys ideas, hopefully, and inspiration. So, thank you guys for watching.